10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Competition Plus Power Hour. And before we ever get into anything, I want you guys to make sure you're re-Xing on the artist formerly known as Twitter. Make sure you're sharing this show on Facebook. Let's get as many people in here as possible. We got a great show prepared for you today. Of course, I'm Dujanae Bland, and over there is Nicole Clark, who helps us with all the great social media stuff. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm inside in my office where it's nice and cool, as opposed to outside where Indy weather has been horrendously hot, like 100 pluses. And
yes, it's been rough here. We have day three of excessive heat. It should be about 113 tomorrow. It was so hot today that the Georgia Power decided that they would roll back and make sure they cooled down my house quicker to only raise the temperature from 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock. So, yeah, that's how bad it is.
Yeah, no. I know in my office, the problem is I have full window, floor to ceiling window, even with blinds. It gets like, it was when I left my office, it was 90 degrees coming off of that. My office was 86 degrees when I left. So I'm like, can I please get out of here because I need to go cool off. This Minnesota girl is a cold girl, not a hot girl.
Yeah, I'm not interested in the heat. I'm over it. I am super over it.
Oh, I spent all day NASCAR Saturday. I was at NASCAR Xfinity, and I left, the house. I'm like, hey, I'm going NASCAR. I look pretty and stuff. And the end of the day, I'm just like, yeah,
it is rough everywhere. Yeah. And we are going to get right into this thing. We have Bill Bader on. We're going to talk Night Under Fire and more. We got Bobby Bennett, the man, the myth, the legend. He's the president, the emperor, the king of Competition Plus. He will be on right after that to talk about the Legend series. And before we get into Bill Bader, I want you guys to know that, hey, if you need pumps for aviation or for the racetrack, well, it's Weldon High Performance Pumps. They're going to be the best pumps in the business to get the job done and to make sure there is no failure. So make sure you go over and get yourself Weldon High Performance. Bill Bader, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing tonight, Bill?
I'm doing well. Listen, that Weldon pump thing is pretty intense. I had to pop my earbuds out. So
it is.
Got my attention. I'm buying one. So I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. This Night Under Fire thing, it's the 48th annual. Mm-hmm. And great for Cornwell Tools to be a part of this thing. How did this whole thing get started?
Well, my father purchased the track, then called Norwalk Dragway in 1973. And I believe the first one, if memory serves, was 1977.
Wow.
48 years ago. So work back from 2025. But 48 years ago. So this is the 48th annual. And it started out as a bracket race with a couple of wheel standers, two jet dragsters, and I think and a small fireworks show. And it just kind of grew every year from then.
Yeah, it's huge. You have all the big names in NHRA. So these teams who are just getting back, like seriously, like tonight from their West Coast swing, they've been in Norwalk. All the guys have just driven for 2 days straight, are going to be out at this because they love it so much. They're like, they want to be out there for this.
Well, and I know they're coming from Sonoma back to Indy to Norwalk, and then they go to Brainerd to your neck of the woods. So they work awful hard, and it helps certainly that people want to be a part of it. But I still very much appreciate, because I know the grind, especially this time of year. But it's a big deal. It's our biggest event of the year.
Yeah.
And it's been a sellout by the grace of God every year since COVID. So we're on a little bit of a hot streak, and knock on wood, this is the first weekend since Memorial Day where we actually have a decent forecast. So I'm pretty excited about that.
What a blessing. What a blessing.
No kidding. Trust me, I'd be looking for a job on Monday otherwise. So, and that's no joke. So yes, I certainly appreciate the good Lord above for that.
Yeah, and you're not exaggerating when you say sell out, because I've seen videos and everything from this. You get, I mean, it's more packed than the national event, I think, that you guys have out there, and you put on an even bigger. I didn't think it was possible, even bigger fireworks show, because that is such a great thing at the end of the night. Race car, because you do a race car parade when it's all over, correct? Or is that the beginning of the night?
No, well, we do a pre-race parade. That's from 6 to 7, and then we do an outro at the end of the night. So we have the show is broken up into 3 scenes: the first scene, the second scene, and then the finale. And we run all of our performers in that third session, and then we turn them all around. We bring them up, back up track. We shoot our spectacular, our 14-minute fireworks show. And which incidentally, I think we're shooting from 14 different positions this year. So I got on this kick about surround pyro. And so we're up to 14 different launch points for this year's show, which is a record. We shoot the fireworks conclude, the drivers come up to the starting line, we open the crowd control fences, and we invite everybody out on the racetrack. And that is a really cool scene to have. I don't know how many thousands of people. And of course, you have people darting for the exits. You have people doing all different sorts of things. But I bet we'll have 8,000 to 10,000 people on the racetrack from the head of staging sign down past the scoreboards. It's a really cool way to end a really cool night.
Oh my gosh. And I've seen that too with all the drivers on the track. And I just can't believe how many locations. It's not just the one side, it's going to be from everywhere.
Yep, we're going to shoot from obviously across the street. That's our main aerial attack point. But we've got the media center, the suites, the bathrooms, the top of race control. And then we have 10 or 12 trackside locations as well.
It's just for the fireworks show.
Yep.
I mean, you probably do have people like that. They'll come and park outside just to see our fireworks show.
Yes, I'm trying to put a clamp down on that. No, I'm not. Yeah, it's. I would imagine that probably within a few mile radius, there are cars packed all around the perimeter of Summit Motorsports Park.
I wonder.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm wondering, when did it turn into that we were having funny cars and Top Fuel cars come out to this event?
Well, I had I been prepared, I could have told you that. But I remember the first year that we grew the event. We went from 2 jets to 4 jets, and we added wheel standers, and we added Bob Motz's Jet Kenworth, and then we would add all of the Bullet Baileys, the Ken Jordans, the various. If you remember Bullet Bailey, he was the guy that wore titanium plates and got drugged down the racetrack, or Ken Jordan, who used to jump over jet cars and catch flaming arrows and scale up the sides of buildings. Tommy Trouble McTagg, Hollywood stuntman. So, I mean, we and unfortunately, sadly, all those folks are gone. So I remember this would have, John Force was the first fuel funny car that we ran at Night Under Fire, and we've ranged between as few as 2, as many as 8 funny cars, and it's been in more recent time that we went 4 fuel funny cars, 4 top fuel dragsters. We've added 4 pro stock this year. I've got factory stock. We've got an NHRA Pro Mod show. So the goal is we've got nearly 90 performers, and the goal is, rather than having a concentration of one, we'll show you 4 of this or 6 of this or 8 of that, and just kind of deliver a quick, hard-hitting, fast-paced, fun show.
Yeah, and you do have and you have alcohol there too, which that's my favorite class is top alcohol. I always do that. But just let people know who they're going to have there. We're going to have Ron Capps, Cruz Pedregon, Dave Richards, Daniel Wilkerson. We're going to have in Top Fuel, Antron and Justin are going to be out. Clay Milliken and Josh Hart, of course, because his sponsor is right across the street. So they're going to have a great view for the for the fireworks show over there. So, you know, definitely coming out. And I remember it used to be so much fun because Daniel and Tim used to both race it together. So you'd have both the Wilkie boys. And oh my gosh, does anybody have a spare car so we could do that again? Because I'd love to see Wilkie get back in the car.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Tim is a dear friend, and yeah, I agree. It'd be cool to do a father-son thing. Maybe we'll put him on 0 turns or do a foot race or something.
That sounds like a good idea. You know, it really says a lot about what you guys do, that it has attracted so many people to come out and be a part of this thing. It really says a lot about what you guys do as track owners as well, to have all of these individuals come out and be a part of this show.
Sure. Well, and we're in the entertainment business, and I don't care if it's the Summit Racing Equipment NHRA Nationals. I don't care if it's a big money bracket race, if it's the 48th annual Cornwall Tools Night Under Fire. We need to remember that we are in the entertainment business, and that's something that my father started long ago, and he preached that to his team, and that's something I took literally to heart, and we just continue to build on that theme. People, especially today, people are looking for wholesome, fun family entertainment. And you can come out for the day, get autographs, get up close and personal in the pit area, right? Every ticket's a pit pass. We have autograph sessions. We have pre-race parades, post-race outros, and in a laid-back atmosphere. It's not a national event kind of a setting where they have commitments and points. And so it really is a more relaxed atmosphere with just lots of laughter and family and fun.
And we were talking because Dujanay's never been there, and I've been there. And John, who is one of your biggest supporters, been friends with John for a while. The thing that people don't realize if you've never been to Norwalk, I have to brag on your staff, Bill. You have the nicest, most professional staff on the circuit. They are the friendliest people ever. All in your red, white, and blue shirts. When you come to Norwalk Track, you are going to be treated right. All the people know what's going on. If they don't, they're going to find somebody. So I just love your people and your whole team there because they are the best. I'm a customer service girl, and that's what you get when you come there. And everybody makes you feel so welcome.
I appreciate that. Thank you. It's
true. And one more question about that, too. Is this the infamous race? Because you talk about the jet cars. Everybody loves, as Joe says, fire. Is this the infamous race where one time they burnt down the sign?
Oh yeah, we have the first year we had John Force, and I'm trying to remember, that would have been 90, 89, 90, 91, because I think this year would have been John's 25th appearance. I think either last year or this year would have been John's 25th consecutive appearance at the Night Under Fire. But John's first year, Bob Moats, the driver of the Jet Kenworth, felt that maybe his star was being dimmed a bit by John. So Bob, completely on his own accord, with no approval, with no idea this was going to happen, he didn't burn the sign, but he scorched it pretty good. And that was kind of Bob's way of reclaiming his territory, kind of like two dogs fighting over one hydrant, I guess. But and then it evolved into this spectacle of literally burning that thing to the ground, literally. And it got, it got a little scary because 4x8 sheets. I mean, that thing's 72 feet long. It's 30 feet high. You got 4x8 sheets of plywood flying all around the place, and you've got traffic. State Route 18 is a state route, right behind there, but it took on a life of its own. And then when Bob retired, we retired that with Bob out of respect for Bob. Yes, but it was pretty spectacular.
What a great event.
Yeah.
Well, Bill, what do you want to tell everybody that is on the fence about being involved or coming out and making sure they see this show?
Well, I guess I would say if you do not need to be a motorsports fan to enjoy the Night Under Fire, and I would encourage you, if you've never given us a shot before, come on out, and we stand behind the Bader Family Guarantee that guarantees your experience, that says if you're ever dissatisfied, we'll resolve the problem to your satisfaction, and that includes a full refund. So if you've never been to Summit Motorsports Park, you can check out the Night Under Fire risk-free. We stand behind that. And we're going to have everything from Fuel Funny Car to Top Fuel. We've got the twin-engine jet-powered 57 Chevy, 300-mile-an-hour jet dragsters, NHRA Pro Mods, Pro Stock, Top Alcohol Funny Car and Dragster, Pro Outlaw drag sleds, if you're a fan of fast snowmobiles, Top Sportsman, factory stock, AA gassers. We've got some fun stuff. We've got actually a pair of super modifieds that are going to attempt to do a side-by-side race down the quarter mile, which should be pretty cool. We've got some unexpected twists and turns and a pretty healthy 6-figure fireworks show. So what's not to love? And you can enjoy it risk-free.
Well, Bill, I want to thank you for taking the time to come on the show. And I am super happy that God has blessed you with a weekend, that there will be no weather.
I appreciate that. Don't jinx me, but
don't jinx them.
Yeah, I also I know
here.
I know Bobby's going to come on here in a little bit, and he's going to talk about the Legend series. And I was blessed to be a part of a piece that features my dad, and we're pretty excited about that, pretty proud of that. And my father's one of those special, once in a lifetime, generational guys that just, left an indelible mark. So all the Baders and our team, and we're all pretty proud of that and pretty excited. And I got to see some snippets, and hope I did okay, but we're pretty proud of it and looking forward to seeing it.
I'm looking forward to seeing it as well. Great history that's going to be told with that, and I'm looking forward to that too.
Well, awesome. And I said some things that in hindsight I shouldn't have said probably, but that was that was who my dad was. And if you didn't know him, you're going to get introduced to him, and you'll probably love him like the rest of the world did. So pretty proud of it. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, Bill, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Well,
that guy.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but great things when people go to that track about just the hospitality, how they treat the fans, how they treat the racers. It's just a lot of people can learn from what they do. And I think there are some that are out there, but no other like Bill Bader and what they do. I think if everyone could every track owner could go there just one time and experience how they go about their business, I think they could learn a lot that would help them grow their business by what they display each and every time that they have in people at the racetrack.
Yeah, they were one of the first tracks to have the extra trophy with their little ice cream scoop trophy.
Yeah.
Everybody wants the ice cream scoop trophy, and everybody wants the ice cream out there.
Yeah, it is. I've heard it's pretty good. That's another reason why I don't eat as much ice cream as I used to. Really, I don't eat that much at all, to be honest. It's kind of sad, but it's for the good. It's for the good. But yeah, I have to get out there as one of my bucket list tracks to go to. Well, they will be redlining it for sure at the Night of Fire, and when they're doing that, they're going to need Redline oil. Redline oil, some of the best in the business. It does an excellent job. It's not just about lubricating your engine. It's even a really good detergent to keep that engine nice, clean, and polished. And if you don't have Redline oil, well, I don't know what you're doing with your life. So make sure you go out and get yourself Redline oil.
Reliability to drive thousands of miles. Confidence for those who fly high. Redline oil products give you the power to crush the competition and a track record of being the best. Redline oil products. You push it to the limit, we'll protect it.
It was probably the first Night Under Fire, or the first event where we had booked in Bob Moats. I had mispronounced his name, and our old race control was this 16 by 16 space on the third floor, and I was terrified. I was a little kid, and he said, "For God's sake, say something. Jesus Christ, can you say anything? Just speak." And then I mispronounced Bob's name, and he said, "It's Moats. How could you screw that up? It's Bob Moats."
As I see our sport evolving into a major league franchise, I know that the future is incredibly bright, and under the guidance and help of everyone here and all those folks that were now following us and giving us this platform to play ball in, the future is ours for the taking.
Fast on a rough road, riding high through the mountains, climbing, twisting, turning further from my home. Young, like a new moon rising.
Everything that generally surrounded my father's passion really had everything to do with the product, the experience, things like that. Something I never really understood was what fueled my dad. You know, what really drove that? And it wasn't money. I just think his sense of things was, we get one shot, we get one go around, and as long as he was living and breathing, everything was going to be the Bader way. I don't think Dad had any patience for arrogance or ego, or I think he was a real guy. I think my dad was, what you see is what you get. He was very transparent. He was not politically correct. He was not, he was an incredible diplomat. Now, as a grandfather, the last 20 years, I became my dad, and you know, that passion, that drive, that language, all that stuff, and I found my father saying, "Calm down, you know, just relax, just calm down, it'll be okay." And I'm thinking, like, who the hell are you? I remember that first year, there were racers that would break out or red light. It was probably class racing back then, and they went too fast. Dad didn't think that was Dad didn't think that was fair, so he would put them back in. He would reinstate them, and you know as well as I do, Bobby, that can't happen.
We're yelling from that mountain high. I was born free. I was born free.
You pumped into this place with the hopes that it might turn out. Well, as I look around, I think it's turning out just fine.
It turned out spectacular, well above our anticipation. You know, there's an old saying, we talk about income, we talk about income. We felt income was conservative, and we planned a 10-year payback. This income became income today.
I just said to my dad, you got your NHRA national event, and you know, you got your race, the race that you wanted, that Bob Daniels told you you could never have.
Oh my goodness, that was making me like tear up.
That was good stuff. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have the president, the emperor, the king of Competition Plus, my man, Bobby Bennett.
Hey, thanks for having us on here, guys.
And Scooter.
Hey.
Scooter.
What's going on, man?
He came into Papa's office and said, I just got to be on TV, Papa.
That'll work.
So
that'll work.
I don't think that there was a more appropriate song to describe Bill Bader. And I have to tell you guys, I get emotional every time I watch it. And I watched that like 250 times in the editing process. If you want to know my relation to the Bader family, you always heard of the fifth Beatle. Well, I was like the fourth Bader. That was like a dad to me.
Yeah.
He was like a dad to me. He stood up to me. He stood up for me when people were beating me down. And I wear a armband. I'm not sure if you can see this.
Yeah.
I wear it every day. It says "Prove them wrong," and we've been proving them wrong for over 25 years. Actually, there's a misnomer. I've been doing this for 46 years. Can you believe that? And this is actually my great-grandson.
You don't look old enough, man.
Hey, you don't look old enough for that.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a perfect song, and there's a particular line that just described Bill Bader Sr. to a point. He said, "Look into my eyes. If you can't see it, you must be blind."
Yeah, that's a great one.
And every time I looked into that man's eyes, I saw it. I wanted to be that. I wanted that. And I can still remember when my dad died in 2003, Bill Bader calling me on the phone saying, you know how he talks so smooth, "Kid, I love you. If you need another dad, I'll never fill his role, but I'll step in there for you."
Oh my God.
That's good stuff.
And that's why I poured probably a little north of 80 hours into this episode. Each episode's about 60 hours, but it just all came together. And I'm so proud. COVID just really put a whomping on Legends because I couldn't get my feel back. I couldn't get my feel to doing it. I did a couple of them. I did Ed McCullough, did Pat Musi, but I just couldn't really get it. And then one day I woke up and said, "It's go time. Let's go, Bill." Or as I used to call him, "All right, you grumpy old bastard, let's go."
How did this Legend series get started, Bobby?
It's actually it actually started. And y'all don't look at my dirty office. I wanted Scooter to show up, but anyway.
Oh no, did we freeze?
He froze a little bit. Let's see if we get him back here.
I'm right here.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Okay. Around 2010, I was at the.
Come on, really?
Show.
Hold on. Okay, now we got you again.
I
I don't know what the heck's going on.
Please let me be on the show. I promise.
I'm telling you.
We really want you to tell this story.
Yes.
We're holding our breath because he's so passionate about this. And
Yeah.
he keeps freezing at the exact same spot because, like I said, I don't understand people really get how much passion he poured into this. Okay, there you go, Bobby. You're back.
Okay. All right. Well, around 2010, I was at the NHRA Texas
Really? Come on, internet. Stop playing. Stop playing. I will say I really enjoyed the passion from Bill Bader Jr.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's hard to duplicate because you see a lot of these type of series and it's kind of like a monologue, like somebody's narrating it and they're kind of talking, but they're just talking. He was like really giving us something there. I really can't wait to see it all.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you how that intro came about.
Okay.
The very first question was, "Hey, Bill, give me your best impersonation of your dad in the midst of a shoot."
Really? We're going to pay for him to have better internet.
He's been okay.
I'm not paying my bill this month.
Yeah, I would not.
So you heard the part about the give me your best dad impersonation in the midst of a storm. I won't say those scooters in.
Do we not just like make them big because it's
don't make them big anymore.
Just keep them in the small box.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep you in the small box.
So here we go. We did that, and it was just one of those things. We filmed it actually 2 years ago.
Really?
Wow.
But none of it changed. The story don't change.
Right.
Most of season 7 was shot about 2 years ago, but it's all still current because it's history.
Right.
But anyway, let me go back to the how the series started. In 2010, I was at the Texas Fall Nationals in Texas Motorplex. NHRA had a young person working in PR, and Richard Tharp come walking through there. Well, you know Richard Tharp, he's a king, a saint. I ain't a star. I are. He was the original party animal in drag racing, and so he comes walking through there, and I looked at this kid and said, "Hey, that's Richard Tharp," and he said, "Who?"
Mm-mm.
And I'm like, "Well, long before you were born in 1976, he was the world champion, and he was the."
I hate when the kids nowadays don't get these. Who's that? Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Right, exactly. Like, come on, man. Really?
Yeah.
Dude, quit knocking it out. But anyway, I did I put together my first pilot was on John Force, Chasing Uncorporate America. Yeah.
That's cool.
Chasing Uncorporate America. And that led to the first of the Legends of series of Graham Light. Had Graham Light. We had Bill Donor. We had Tom McEwen. We had Don Perdome. And, and so on. I mean, we've got probably about 14 million views on this series. And Jungle Pam is 2 of them. Would have been 3 if I didn't have to redo it because a videographer gave me permission to use his work, even had it wrote out, and then rescinded it for no reason. And so that's okay. We came back and got 2 million. we were right at 1 million for then, so she'd probably have 3 million on hers. But you know what? Taking this stuff out of there made it better anyway. So, and I've had people hammer on me and say, "Gosh, man, why don't you put one of those out a month?" Well,
Yeah, too much work goes into it.
each episode is a minimum of 60 hours of editing time. That's watching, backing up, watching it again, adding to it, backing up, doing it over and over, then adding the graphics, then all of this. This season is going to be a humdinger. We got Joe Amato. We ain't got Scooter yet. We got Mike Thermos talking about the nitrous into drag racing. We've got Butch Leal. Got Simon Martin.
That's going to be good.
Even got Ted Jones. Well, if you say, well, who's Ted Jones? Well, you see all this stuff that come out of the IHRA? Ted Jones was the architect. Larry Carrier got a lot of the credit, but it was Ted Jones. So that's a little bit about how Legends came about.
That's awesome.
And I like that you're passing on the legacy. Like you said, lots of these kids don't know. And then they watch you and they learn, oh my gosh, this is this person who really broke barriers or did some. And in some cases, just hear some funny stories about how it used to be in the day.
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, Legends, a series, spawned off into Storytellers.
Which I love. Oh my gosh, some of those like lounge stories. Oh my God, those storyteller ones are so good.
Yeah.
They are hilarious if you haven't got the chance. Because I think those are the ones where they have, aren't those the ones where you have like Selzy and all them telling the rental car stories and Oberhofer and.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And you ought to hear the ones we can't tell.
Oh, I like them.
Those are the ones that involve me. See, you guys don't know that when I was a teenager and in my 20s, I was out here. So that, and I had a propensity to, well, get myself into situations, and I wondered how I got into it and how I was going to get out of it. And a good portion of those involved girls and women. So you know, as I said, I was a teenager, and I often got into trouble. Scoots, where are you going?
Oh yeah, no. Like Bader said, he's like, oh, you grew up at Minnesota, you know, you must be a Zoonite. And I'm like, no, I was not that girl. I was the one where Dad's like, you don't go over there. So yeah, I guess you were the opposite.
Somehow or another, when you guys talk about the zoo being on the wild end, the Rockingham campgrounds and the Bristol campground says, hold my beer.
No.
Because the zoo is PG-13 compared to those. And I'll tell you why. Roy Hill, in one of the Legends, a series episodes, revealed that he once employed, Roy Hill was like the mayor of the Rockingham campground. And so they employed the Hells Angels to do the security for the deal because they had the Indians. I'm talking the Native Americans. They had the Native Americans, the black people, the white people. And when we say white people, we're talking about the reddest of the necks out there in the country. So it wasn't a matter of you pull up, say, what time's a fight's going to start? Because that's about the time that the liquor kicked in. And we're not talking about the typical brown water. We're talking the clear water.
Yeah, that moonshine.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah, I can't talk about the zoo stories on here.
Yeah. I promise you, we'll go head to head on those, and you'll lose every time.
At least mine don't involve me.
That's okay.
That's true.
You've heard the term one-legged man in a butt-kicking contest?
Yes.
I saw it. I saw it. This dude got his butt whooped by a one-legged man, and I'm like, you got whooped by a one-legged man? How did that happen? You got your butt
flesh wound.
Oh, that's funny.
But Roy Hill says, we got the Hells Angels. I said, obviously you never heard of the Altamont Festival and the Rolling Stones, right? Because if you bring the Rolling Stones out here to entertain, I'm out of here. because that was not going to end well.
Oh man, well, I tell you what, Bobby, this has been incredible to see, and to have this preview was really a treat for everyone, and I think it really whet the appetite for those to really tune into this thing. And we know the hard work you put in, not just to the Legend Series, but to everything that goes on here at Competition Plus. And man, it is good to see the fans be receptive of the years and years of hard work and labor that you've put in to make what we have here today so great.
Yes.
Well, thank you so very much. I mean, if oh, look out now. Who let the dogs out?
That's mine.
Okay. All right. So, it's like this. I was just a kid with a dream, and I poured my dream into reality. And when I talk about stuff, Bill Bader always talked about how he and I were along the same trajectory, although he started before I did, is that anytime opportunity knocked at the door, we opened it. And we gave it 100% of our heart and did everything. And he was I was a lot like him, and he was a lot like me in the fact that when nobody would give us a chance, we created our own chance. And I try to tell my children that when life tells you you can't, prove them wrong. Prove them wrong. And I said, there's no bigger of a butt whooping than to prove somebody wrong.
I love doing
In
that.
fact, I had one well-known journalist that told me, I know Scooter's off in his own world here. I had one well-known journalist tell me one time, he said, Competition Plus will be an abysmal failure, and it'll be a testimony to your not being able to make it. And I learned something early in my life, that the toes you step on today are connected to the ass you'll have to kiss tomorrow. So not only did I save that fax letter, I put it in a frame alongside of his first canceled check when he came to work for me.
This is why I love your passion. This is why I'm here with you, man.
Look, if I would have ended up in baseball like my life was headed before I got into drag racing and before my mother died, I probably would have been like a Bryce Harper. I'd have been the biggest crap talker you ever seen. You know, I mean, even when back in my high school days when I played ball, guy comes up to me and I say, y'all got a good team on the other team. And he said, well, thank you. I said, yeah, y'all going to win some games. He said, I appreciate that. I said, today ain't going to be one of them.
Yeah.
So it's like that. And of course, they got all mad at me. And then I went yard on them 2 times in one game. So I really didn't care. There's a difference between being cocky and confident and knowing your passion is not going to let you lose. And again, when we talk about it, I have no formal training in video editing, and yet here I am making documentaries. I don't even have a high school diploma, and here I am, the editor of a magazine. That's right. Scooter was just backing up what I said.
Yes.
Your cheering
Yes,
section.
he was.
He's your pump up guy.
Yeah, he's my corner guy. My hype man.
Yes, that's what it is.
Hey, I might be his hype man because this kid's already 3 feet tall and he's just 14 months old.
Uh-oh. He might be a ball player.
Yeah, I'm going to teach him how to throw a fastball.
Give him to blow kisses, too.
Oh, he can do that.
Of course, no, he's not going to do it. Sorry.
I'm surprised he hasn't already because he is a ladies' man. He loves the ladies. I'm going to have to counsel him on that because that'll get him in trouble when he gets older.
Got that right.
But no, we love your passion in every one of your series, and everything you do shows how much passion you have for the sport. Nobody can ever doubt your love for the sport and moving it forward. And you may ask the tough questions, but that's what you got to do sometimes. And I'm following your footsteps.
Well, thank you so very much. That's such an honor. Well, when I go to the races, I don't go out. You've been at the races with me. I don't go out and party. I don't go out drinking. I don't go to these guys go to strip clubs or whatever. I go back to my room.
Yeah.
And the way I feel and the way I put on it, and I think that most everybody should, is that when I leave this house and leave my family behind, I owe it to them to be the best that I can be.
Yeah. Amen.
And that's why I go in. And make no bones about it. These guys, drag racers, better count their lucky stars I didn't become a drag racer. If they think Greg Anderson put something on them, I'm going to tell you, Greg Anderson's even counting his lucky stars.
He's one of the best smack talkers.
I come into a race and I come in to win. I don't come in for second place. I don't come in to qualify. I don't come in there just to go through the motions. I have one goal.
And that one goal is?
To win.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Best.
Hands down.
Oh, he's coming back?
Coming back a little bit.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe that's like, okay, thanks. Okay,
there we go.
And the one thing is?
The one thing is, I smack talk myself off the air. What am I missing?
You said at the end, you said, there's one thing I go to the track, and it's if you're racing.
To win. All I do is win, win, win.
Yes.
And that song, Born Free, is not only reserved for Bill Bader Sr. Look into my eyes. If you can't see that passion, you must be blind.
Right. Yeah, that's what it takes. That's what it takes in anything. And you've definitely shown that, and it shows in this preview we were able to see here. And thanks for letting everyone see a little bit of it. And we are definitely looking forward to it dropping here on the 31st. It's going to be a treat for sure. And
hey, let's try to rally all the troops and get everybody together at 8 p.m. on the Competition Plus YouTube channel for a watch party. And let's all watch this Legends of series. And when you come away, no fault of mine. I always tell people, look past my editing shortcomings and see the story.
Right.
Because I may not be as good as a Les Mayhew at editing.
But I bet you he doesn't play music over natural sounds of drag racing.
That's true.
Saying.
I may not have as good an internet connection as they do. But anyway, but I may not be as good of a video editor as they are, but they won't out tell a story over me. I promise you that. Nobody will. I'll tell a story because that's my wheelhouse.
Love it, man. Love it. And thanks, Bobby, for taking the time and sharing all these stories and pumping up the Legend series. And we look forward to seeing it on Thursday.
Hey, thank you for allowing me to be on the show.
Hello.
I should be telling you that.
You're telling us be on the show.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, he's frozen again, but that was Bobby Bennett, and we appreciate him taking the time to come on the show and promote this Legend series. It's going to be great. I'm really looking forward to seeing it for sure, especially with what we got to see. You can see the passion in it.
Oh yeah,
and it's going to be a tearjerker too, man. Like, yeah.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting what at the preview. I was getting the vape buzz.
So what is your social media things that you have seen this weekend and what you have not seen this weekend?
Well, first off, I want to say, like I said, I want to thank Bobby again, our fearless here, because he's brought me on to help with social media and be social media director. The title kind of scares me because I do what I can. Both you and I have, Dujane, we have full-time jobs. But I'm trying to do more stuff for the fans on this. I want to get more interaction. I'm very critical of social media, and I'm involved with it in other forms, and I want to see things get shaken up a little bit. I just think right now social media across the board is just like flatline. Nobody, and I've made no bones about it. There's certain teams like, Hagen and JCM and all these people who do great social media. So something I'm going to start with Competition Plus is if you've seen the 10, we have the Say What section. It was number 10 this week. I'm going to start doing Say What Wednesday, which starts tomorrow. And you can bring Dujane back on too, because last week we started it where we did with the quotes. And so now I'm recruiting people, fans and everybody, message us and let us know the best quotes from the weekend.
Yeah.
So I know we will have, in fact, that's what I was doing right up until I got in the show. So tomorrow, check out Competition Plus for our favorite quotes from interviews. I know that I got a couple from Daniel Wilkerson. He's always good.
Yes.
JR, I will say my favorite of the week. I cannot hold Jacques Strap to the snake.
Yeah.
They tried to compare J.R. Todd to snake. He's like, I can't hold the snake Jacques Strap. And of course, we don't suck like last week. That's another good one. Or unlike last week, it didn't.
Yeah.
So look for that tomorrow. But like I said, I'm trying to do more things, and we were talking about this beforehand because, okay, this is something that really bugs me. I'm a TV person. That's my number one thing. I'm a TV person. I do promotion. I went to NASCAR this weekend because that's what my station carries, NASCAR Xfinity. So I was there, support my station, whatever, blah. So I'm looking at the ratings today. Look at the ratings for Saturday. Did you know NHRA had a show on Saturday on Fox Network?
I did not know that at all.
Can I get a raise of hands? How many people out there knew that Fox actually had a show? They actually did a whole hour on Fox at 6:00 on the Too Fast, Too Tasty challenge. Did anybody see that advertised?
No.
Social media? Crickets.
No.
I checked. Not one team, not even NHRA. See, did not know that name. And I watched it because I'm like, that can't be right. Maybe the local affiliate made a mistake,
Right.
Because we do that when we put in for Nielsen. No, there was an hour show on Fox. And nobody knew about it. So how are we supposed to get ratings going? And how are we supposed to get people to watch stuff if you're not advertising it?
Right.
And you're not promoting it on social media? They're not going to know about it. And so, of course, the ratings were not that great because nobody knew about it. And so, yeah, part of my deal with social media and Competition Plus is going to be to shake things up and try to do stuff that's different. And I even checked because they should have been like, hey, you guys, guess what? We have a special show on Fox. Yeah, qualified, but we're on Fox. Let the world know. Shout it from the rooftops. Hey, we're on Fox Network. Get people to talk about. That's what we need for TV deals because TV deals pay the bills. And they didn't do that. I'm tired every week. And I had to double check because lots of these teams just put out the same weekly graphic that with the same TV tune-in times, not even NHRA TV, just tune-in times. And they do the same picture, same thing every week. And know what viewers do? They blur over it. Nobody's noticing anymore. It's like, oh, yeah, it's the tune-in time, whatever. Nobody's paying attention to it. There should have been a bright-ass neon highlighted, hey, we're on Fox on Saturday. Watch us on Fox. We want to get those ratings up. All the fans watch. And it's something you couldn't watch on NHRA TV. It was a fully produced show.
Yeah.
And
it was on YouTube as well, I believe.
I don't even know about that. I just know it was on the TV ratings. And like I said, I'm just like, what?
Maybe I'm talking about the Friday night show that they did.
Yeah, the Friday night show was free. I didn't even know that it was the same thing. I didn't know they were doing the preview Friday, and I just happened to have on NHRA TV, so I kept on NHRA TV. And
Right.
it was good coverage. Don't get me wrong. It was good coverage.
It was.
It was broadcast, TV. And they added interviews in the staging lanes. And we used to do that all the time. I remember Amanda used to be in the staging lanes, or we'd mic up a driver in the staging lanes. So it's nothing new.
Nice job by paying attention to to IHRA, who you won't admit that's where you got it from, but that's where you got the idea from to get back in the staging lanes. It should have never left.
No, it's great because Amanda used to do, because I remember when I was PR repping, she'd come and, hey, can we talk to so-and-so? Are they in the car yet? And it's nothing new, but I'm glad they went back to it. I'm glad they did.
I'm hoping it stays though.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, a lot of times that's where the stories are. There are developing stories a lot of times in the staging lanes. There are stories with these drivers that need to be told. As far as, Buddy's just had the run of it here lately with the incidences with no shoots and things blowing up like this. There have been, people struggling to find level of consistency. And look at AP and crew of the prop team. I'm gonna tell you right now, I had no confidence in them coming into Sunday, and yet they came in, and I know I'll hear about it, and that's fine. But I'm justified in feeling that way. And they came out and knocked a home run. Trust me, nobody forgot about y'all. Whoever forgot about y'all, I don't know what they were doing. They own something that they shouldn't be on, and they need to get their life together. There are a lot of good stuff out there in the pits and in the staging lanes that can't be talked about to keep things going when things get slow. I'd also like to see individuals be more prepared in the booth. There was some missed opportunities I felt, and maybe it's just something that needs to be incorporated. It's just there were times where we could have talked about the up and coming, really 3-4 horse race we got in Top Fuel for the regular season championship. Give your thoughts and give their banter on who they think might be the one to take it over. Talk about those who are on a run right now and doing an excellent job of having that crescendo into Indy and have that possibility of really taking off when we hit the ground running in the playoffs. There's just some things that, to keep the educational part of it going. And I get all of those guys are friends and they like to joke and laugh or whatever, but this is a professional deal that everybody's listening to, and it's not happy hour and it's not the time at the frat party. This is a production, and people would love to be educated on some of those things and hear your personal thoughts, not just on your show, but your personal thoughts on those things that are going on, because there are big stories that are building, despite that in some cases we don't have a true cutoff top 10, but there's, things that are building towards some really good stuff here coming into Indy. So those are some of the things that I like.
Sorry, with the broadcast too, is we want to grow our audience. So what's the best way to do it? They don't know about all the drivers. They don't know their histories. They may see them just at this one race. And so I'd like to see them, even if you can't fit them on the TV schedule, do more things that you can share on social media. You can do, and then, you can produce stuff. The teams can do it, and HRA can do it. And that way, then they can see it, when we have the downtimes, when there's oil down, then they can play it on there. But I want to see, one of my passion projects I've wanted them to do is, and it's kind of start with my journey, but I want to see the drivers go back to their first jobs and see if they can still do it. I want to go see if Clay can still, drive a forklift at the Kroger. But I just want to do I'd love to. I wish somebody would have done follow the teams. Wilkerson, who did blow up or whatever, following the thrash. What these guys had to do overnight. How late? I want to see that clock showing social media person should have been there, like, hey, they were here this late, but that would have been past their bedtime, showing how late they were there, what they did, everything they had to get done, new body, get inspected. The Duns, I'm sure between Seattle and Sonoma, they had to have somebody drive up bodies from LA. I want to see all that stuff, and social media is a great outlet for it. Put that on YouTube, put it on Facebook, give fans more content, not just the live, and mix it up. Oh my God, for Instagram stories and reels. I mean, it's the same shots every weekend.
Yes.
If you want to grow the audience, that's not going to work. That is not going to, if you have a shot sheet and just say, get them going, the lane's going, that is not going to bring in new people. It's not going to be people, for, great pictures. Yeah, that'll help. But without a caption or a sucky ass caption, that's not going to work. You have to make the caption meet the, and so, yeah.
Does it?
My rant's over. I got to get off on my soapbox now.
Is the broadcast too polished as far as for drag racing is concerned? Meaning, you understand different sport, different motorsports like F1 and NASCAR, but is it too polished for NHRA and drag racing as a whole? Because you kind of take away the natural human element of that the guy on the couch can feel like he can be that person that is the 14th, 15th qualifier that isn't part, as Dave said, part of the top 10 of cars out in the class. You need more of those stories. We know what those guys are. Even at this point, even a Cruz at this point who has been on this track to get back to consistency over the last couple of years. So there, instead of staying at the top, maybe talking to getting more in depth with a Dave Richards, that would kind of help. But maybe is it too polished though?
Well, like Bader said, it is entertainment. It's a show, and we need to put on a show. And so you need the whole storyline. You need storylines. People, look at why reality TV is so popular. You have a storyline people you can follow. So, I know we'll never have a reality show because nobody wants to be the bad guy in racing.
Yeah.
And
not anymore.
No. Because, we have sponsors to make happy. You know what? Some of your sponsors, I don't think they care. I think some of the sponsors are behind you. They want to see your personality.
Just don't get canceled. That's all they're asking.
Just don't get canceled. But
don't make me have to drop you because you did something really, really bad.
Like in an earlier podcast, Austin was apologizing for sometimes I show my emotions. No, please.
Exactly.
He a couple of weeks ago when he got taken out first round, he was pissed, and I'm like, yeah, I did too. That's relatable. Like the person at home, like you said, on the couch can be like, oh, I know how that guy feels. I feel the same way. That's what people want, and that's what they want to see in their drivers.
And I commented on Joe's show as well. Like it goes for media and athletes. This being in the business of being like this, that ain't going to work for you. That is the worst thing that you can do in sport, and whether you're the athlete or the media or the analyst.
Yeah.
Worrying about whether somebody gives a crap or like what you said or like how you expressed yourself. Look, in this life, there's going to be people that don't like what you say and don't like what you do. Somebody's not going to like it. I put up something here recently about Terry McLaurin and the fact of with straight facts and how I felt about how he's handling it. And people thought, no, I'm crazy. And that's fine though. Yeah. We can agree to disagree, but I'm not in the business of being liked either. Okay.
Well, I know I'm not lately. Maybe especially after this, but
I've never been in that business. And I don't think drivers or any athlete should be either. Some people just aren't going to like how you handle things. That's fine, but that's why we're all different. And that's what makes this thing compelling. It makes people choose a side. Again, that's what's missing in drag racing, is that it's all right that you guys want to be friends outside and all of that. That's great, because you know what? Even those wrestlers are calling each other and talking about their mamas.
Yeah.
They're out drinking beers later. That's fine. But at the end of the day, in the arena of competition, there is nobody that I like when I'm on the field or on the court to win a game. I don't care if it's my friend over there on the other side.
Yeah.
He gonna get dealt with. So
well, yeah. And I think we need to look at everybody needs to kind of look outside. I feel like a lot NHRA's in a bubble and they stay in this NHRA bubble. And it's just and you're so encompassed with what's going on here. Take a look at IndyCar. Their social media is phenomenal. And they griped about those commercials, but those commercials were awesome. I mean, I love my one with my Pato. He's such a cutie. But they got you to watch. I mean, and heck, even, their ratings aren't that great either. But I mean, you got to look out and look at Arrow McLaren. Their drivers are always out pushing out content, doing fun stuff, not afraid to make fun of each other. Penske, everybody. I mean, we want to see that the driver, and I get drivers are busy outside. Lots of them have other jobs outside of, racing, just like you and I. And so, but I still want to see them take a look at what NASCAR does. Take a look at what IndyCar does. Look at IndyCar more because I was in NASCAR World this weekend and it was a mess. But that's behind the scenes kind of stuff. But no, I mean, learn from other sports. You're not copying them, but get some inspiration. Do something that's going to jump out and make other people outside the sport say, "Oh, that's kind of cool." Yeah,
because I mean,
and I was talking really quick. I was talking to Jennifer too, our head of our sales, and she's got kids, and her son Josh works with us too on social media, and she knows all this stuff. She was talking about TikTok stuff and all this stuff. I had no idea. I had to Google, but that's what I got her for. Because we talk about Richard's dance after he got off the bike. What do you want?
Yeah.
Was it Aura? What's she call it? Aura, whatever. See, I don't know, but she knew.
I don't know.
And
I didn't know.
They posted this video of because the young kids get it and they'll watch it and it'll be shared. They're like, oh, that guy's doing that cool dance. Okay, I'll watch that. Yeah, I'm not down with the young peeps.
No, I'm out of touch with that too. But I agree. You don't realize how many people that still don't really know or understand drag racing. I mean, we think that everybody knows, but we really don't. It's not really as much as we think it is. There are a lot of new people that really don't know, and you gotta kind of get outside of the box a little bit to kind of nab those people and get them to turn an eye.
Thank you, Drag Racing Right Hand. Aura farming, that's what it is.
Yep.
I'm like, what is that? I had to Google and be like, what is that?
Yep. Wouldn't have figured that out at all. So,
and it was awesome when he did that on his bike. I don't even know the moves. I'm not even gonna try.
I don't either. But it is good when teams do that. And I think a lot of not just the teams, but even the NHRA itself and their social media. Look at some of the NFL teams and what they do as far as social media as well. I love when teams beat another team and then they put out this little skit of I love that. And I think though with teams and all of that, I think what Matt Hagan was doing with the kind of the Street Fighter deal, and that was really cool.
Fits.
And these outfits now, I call him when he's got all these fits and he's looking like GQ. I call him Thirst Trap Hagan.
But it gets hits, doesn't it?
It gets hits though. It gets hits.
Chloe's really smart. Chloe does a great. Chloe, and then over there, Ashley over in.
Yes.
Did you see this week too when he was doing the mustache you a question?
Yes.
And I was all the guys with their it's fun. I mean, I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna share that. That was gold.
Right.
And so I mean, more stuff like that. Tell us more. Get your personality out so people can get behind you and cheer you on.
Yeah, it's very important for that. This new before I get to the TV deal, Sonoma, I saw a lot of posts of people basically saying farewell.
I've heard the rumor too. There's a rumor floating that may have been the last Sonoma. I haven't heard details, but I've just heard the rumor going around.
I'm not going to say last yet because you know what?
Never say never in racing.
We said last about Arizona,
Chicago.
came back. Chicago came back. So I'm not saying nothing until it's final ink stamped and it's off the schedule next year. I'm not saying a thing.
Until it's been bulldozed, you don't say a thing. As long as it's still tractor, I mean, there's people still holding out hope for its peak, but I don't. I just want Flying H to improve so we can go to Flying H because that's much closer to the city and it'll get so many more fans.
Yeah, that's the key. That's so important there. Oh, and I did notice that too. So you notice how they hadn't been saying anything about ticket renewals. They did not say anything about ticket renewals there. That was another telling sign because actually Memphis, Lonnie had messaged me during Sonoma and mentioned that. And I think the first thought was they had ran out of 75th anniversary rings.
Oh.
But that would be a clue right there that they did not do any type of ticket renewal for that particular event.
In Seattle too, but no offense, I'm not one of my favorite tracks. I wouldn't be any dust off my shoulders.
Like me and Lee always say, needs to be a retool of national events and what that means.
Yes.
Needs to come into the 21st century. We're still back in the 60s. It's time to move forward, ladies and gentlemen.
And can we bring up too? I just want to bring up. Are we allowed to bring up the iChart race last week and talk about who won?
Absolutely.
Because I'm like, I just want to bring up Lex June never quit, and this is why you don't quit.
Exactly.
Congrats to Lex June. He got the win out there. They brought home an Ironman. Del Worsham, when he's not driving a funny car in NHRA or tuning it with Julie, he was winning iTrade. And I have to give up my friend Will Smith.
Yes, that was my favorite one between Lex and him.
Yes. If you watch, you have to go and watch. Will was driving for Samsel. And he is so emotional in his. This is what I want to see from top end, interviews. He was so emotional in his thing, and you can see how much passion he has for the sport. And he'll be at Brainerd, and he'll be driving at Brainerd in Luigi's car, so he'll be back in fuel in Brainerd. And like that's another thing that's going to bring about social too. Is I'll be in Brainerd, so we'll be getting content in Brainerd. big
time content, and that's one thing I liked about. What I like about the ladies that handle the starting line, pit, staging lane, and top end.
Yeah,
I like the fact that they don't know anything about drag racing because all they do is they lob the ball up and the driver grabs it and dunks it every time.
They're learning,
and they're learning. But I love this. It's the old way. It's the Steve Evans way. I throw something out there. I start the conversation. You take it over, and then I close the conversation.
Yeah,
and we got some really, really good interviews. And I think something else that they do well is they're telling these stories of these drivers, and you're getting to know them more than just the person in this particular race car and their stats. You're learning a lot of things about them, and I think that helps in their style. And it's not so polished. It's I think it draws people
doing
in.
an amazing job. Tommy Johnson's doing great.
Yes, sorry guys. He's doing an excellent job, and the whole crew is. And that's not. Look, we are not saying that you guys
not wrong
at the NHRA aren't doing a good job.
No, not at all. No, everybody's doing great.
Let's not get your panties clenched in your starfish. We are not saying that at all. I'm just saying it is something different, something new, and I think it's something when it comes down to getting these drivers to express themselves is what's helping. You know what? There ain't no stinking time sheets down there. Them jokers don't even know if they won or not until they get out the car.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, is like, and NHRA look to iTrade. That's fine. I mean, because you can learn from them. They can learn from you.
Absolutely, Lex. That was one highlight of the weekend that I will never, ever, ever forget.
No.
And we have been talking about this, especially on my show, the Not Bland Show, about guys like you, like your team, coming into this thing, getting an opportunity to get laps, get out here, build your program, and you come out and you go through it. You never quit all weekend and come up with the Ironman. That was special. That was special. And I really can't wait to see more from that team because they worked through some stuff this weekend to get there, to get that Ironman, and impressive. I'm loving it, and I'm loving everybody who's getting this opportunity to get out here and get more laps. Like Mike McIntyre, we had him on the show 2 weeks ago. Yes, really enjoyed seeing him win. The hard work that they put in, they work extremely hard to be polished when they come out to an NHRA event, just as much as, guys like Lex June and, Will Smith, all those guys that come out. Yes.
First day go Gerda.
Yeah, that was
the girl.
There's so much greatness with that whole story.
It was telling that they need to work outside of that. And like I said, I went to the first IHRA race over in Columbus this year, and they were learning because everybody's like, oh yeah, they were, for somebody who hasn't been putting on a race in how many years, I think they did a pretty darn good job.
Yeah.
For not having, being the first time in forever.
And they're still dealing with weather. They're still dealing with weather this time. They at least didn't have all the wrecks, but they dealt with everything under the sun on the first one. That's stuff you deal with in a year or maybe 2 years worth of your series running. They dealt with it in one weekend. And then this weekend, they still had to deal with weather. And they managed to get through it. And, being so new, everybody's starting to come together and starting to gel. I'm really liking, what they're able to produce out there. It's been a real treat.
And HRA is going to get a helicopter now too, so that they can drive the track.
Yeah.
That was so fun because people never believe me. Up in Brainerd, we had Paul Bunyan land, and they had the Magnum PI helicopter, which young kids don't get. But they had and they would take, because they gave tours in it, and you could fly, and they'd bring that thing down, and they would do flybys on the racetrack to help dry it off. So, and they mostly did that the points events, but still, it's fun.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Before we close this thing out, my biggest thing I think about with all this, when you think about Mike McIntyre, you think about Lex Jr., you think about, all these other guys here that are out here and they don't get to race but a few races in the NHRA. When they come out to an NHRA event, they're going to be just as good as our guy, TJ Zizzo. And they're already giving these guys problems. So now that they're getting more laps, this isn't good. This is not good for you guys in the NHRA in the competition when these jokers show up, okay? They might be bumping your butt out of the field.
And the nice thing about the IHRA races for these smaller teams is that it's the close to Indy. So Lex didn't have to drive 3 days to get out to Seattle and Sonoma. He had to drive 4 hours.
Yep.
3 or 4 hours. So it's giving these people a chance to, win. I remember one time I got in a fight with one of the PR reps because they actually said they're not even in NHRA anymore. But she's like, oh, it's so sad. Terry Haddock's only an IHRA champion. I'm like, excuse me? That's still a champion. He still earned that award. Don't take that away from him. So I actually got a good argument about that over it.
The IHRA was it.
Look at Clay Milliken.
Yeah,
all the Ironmans he has.
Clay was my guy. I paid attention more to IHRA Top Fuel coming up. And I watched some, but I really paid attention more to nitro classes in IHRA coming up than I did NHRA. Clay was my guy.
My brother has a IHRA ring,
Yeah, I mean it is awesome. And again, like I said, it gives these guys a place to race. Yes. There's not a lot of places for nitro funny cars and top fuelers to race. And now they have a place to race and where they can, win events and win national events and get trophies and get nice paydays so that they can build their programs. And that's important to keep things going, because you know what? It's really not built. The NHRA's, fields are not built on full timers. Yeah. They're just not. They're built on guys who run a few races a year, maybe a handful of races a year. But you know what? This gives these guys an opportunity. Maybe they might be able to attend an extra race.
Yeah.
But when they do show up to a race, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. They already giving you guys problems. So all I'm asking, I'm hoping TJ's watching. TJ, can you show up to one of these IHRA races?
Yeah.
Please.
Sorry, I had to giggle. I was looking over at the comments. I got distracted by Michaela and Blake. But yes, what you're talking about earlier, I'm like we're saying, it was a good broadcast. Please don't take it the wrong way. It's just that they did a great broadcast Friday, but number one, we didn't know it was free on YouTube. We didn't know they were doing new things. And we kind of had, oh yeah, Brittany Force going 343 miles an hour. We're a little distracted by that fact to cheerlead. So
right, exactly. That and that 304 to the 8th was nuts.
Sorry, we're a little distracted by that to be given cheerleading show-outs the next day. Sorry.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, I'm a media guy. That's not really my job.
We don't do it for that. I mean, I work in place you do news, but they don't take it the wrong way. They did a good job. They did a good job, but
I like the mix too. Bringing Tony. Yeah. I know. Look, man, I'm gonna defend Tony to the death. All right, because I know y'all don't. I know a lot of y'all don't like him, but you know what? Y'all don't like him because he tells the truth, and some of y'all have a hard time facing the truth. All right.
Oh, I love him on the Insider podcast. He says a lot of, and that's why I love when the interviews from Seattle. My favorite interview was because the crew chief was saying exactly what everybody out there was thinking. Like every crew chief, he just said it out loud.
Yep. like Bernie Mac used to say, I say what you afraid to say.
When my filter's not working, I kind of do that. So you're lucky tonight. It's this is actually my filter working.
But I'm looking for, I hope they do more of that. Incorporate everyone from the NHRA TV crew and the Fox crew on those type of qualifying sessions, and maybe we can also get it for race day. Like I said, with the race day, they got to tighten it up if they want to have live. And I mean, you got to start doing it and start it now, because you can't. It's like a championship team loafing around for the last 20 games of an NBA season and think they're going to go to the playoffs and then everybody's going to turn it on. No, you might get waxed and be thrown out and swept in the first round. You got to be polished and have that thing.
Let us know when you're on.
Machine. Yeah, and that would help too. That would help too. But
sorry, I still can't get over that Saturday thing. Sorry.
I did not know. I really hope that this is something that we can get here more often, especially with this whole new TV deal thing that is in the works. So,
you know where I'm at on that.
Yes. I'm with you on that too. I'm with that too. To be honest with you, I think as much as Fox has been good, Fox has gotten lazy over the last couple of years. And
no, it's just not lazy. It's just that we've fallen the bottom of the barrel. They've invested more money in IndyCar and NASCAR to their budget. You got to take your priority, and
that's true.
We're just priority down there. And like I said, I love working with CW. They do an amazing job promoting Xfinity.
That was a great production.
Xfinity is like the step down series from Cup, and they get more viewers across the country than IndyCar does by 300,000.
That's sad.
So I'm just saying they do a great job. They support their affiliates. They do a ton of work. I mean, they were in Indy last weekend. I'm not gonna lie, I worked my butt off to get people to watch that race. I did radio ads, I did social media, I did a contest. I did so much stuff for people to watch. And granted, I'm glad it paid off because we won that time slot very well. We beat all the other sports in town. So It's not easy. It's a lot of hard work to promote a race, but every little thing everybody can do can help. Each team does a little bit, does something different. that's going to get us a bigger number.
Definitely. And yes, Andrew, you're right about that. Yeah, everybody is still mad about that 15 years ago. You know what? What he said was 100% correct. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Some just don't know what they don't know. So,
see, that's why we have the Legends series and the storytellers, so that the younger generation can hear these stories and be like, "Ah, that's what they're talking about."
Okay, Bobby, that's one you need to work on is Tony.
No, the book I'm waiting for is Elin Warner when he gets out of the business.
That is true. I
love his stories so much.
Yes.
We have him on Storytellers.
Yes. Yeah, he's got some. He's got a lot of good ones. A lot of a lot of
that
good
he can't tell yet.
Yes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is late, and we're not trying to pull.
We got to work tomorrow.
Another half hour. I got an interview. I gotta be bright eyed and bushy tailed for. So
I have a head meeting.
Yeah. And I got a couple other things media wise that I've got to be ready for. So we thank you all for taking the time out and watching the Competition Plus Power Hour. I want to thank Bill Bader for Junior for coming on and sharing his and promoting the Night Under Fire. I want to thank Bobby Bennett for coming on and giving you guys a snippet of the Legend series that will be dropping here on July 31st, Thursday. I believe it is at 8 p.m. Eastern. So be out on the lookout for that. And to get us up out of here, we have hit our peak. And you already know peak products. If you're not using that, I mean, I don't care about all the rest of it, okay? Just go out, get yourself some peak coolant, and your car will definitely be protected. So do that. We're peaking on out of here. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
If you want to take your vehicle's performance to new heights, you got to give it P. Like our original equipment technology, antifreeze, and coolant. Our formulas match the vehicle manufacturer's technology requirements so that we have the perfect match for every vehicle. That's one reason why Peak is among the fastest growing brands of coolant in America. We work harder to earn the trust of people like you every day.
QuartermileClassifieds.com is a new and easier alternative to online classified advertising. We make it a simple experience with $20 getting your car, hauler, engine, or parts listed for 2 weeks. If you want to make a bigger splash, we have VIP listings that provide even more exposure, including social media. On QuartermileClassifieds.com, you get up to 10 photos of video and up to 2,000 characters to deliver the message you need to make the sale. QuartermileClassifieds.com is a trusted classified ad partner of Competition Plus and the Rooftech Comp Eliminator Bonus Fund. Visit QuartermileClassifieds.com today.